This summer, the Piney Woods is dealing with an invasive pest that can be harmful to trees. As KLTV7's Justin Hardcastle explains, these hot months are when they are most active.
Summer in the Piney Woods brings heat and dry conditions that can be dangerous to the trees of East Texas. But a smaller threat has emerged this summer, and it may be just as dangerous for the trees that make the Piney Woods home. Walnut caterpillars are a pest that has been particularly problematic this summer. They're a caterpillar native to the eastern United States, and their larvae love devouring leaves. We had Ag and Natural Resources agent Jamie Sugg show us how these little bugs can be a problem for trees.
So basically what these walnut caterpillars will do is they'll lay an egg mass on the bottom side of the leaf. This isn't a pecan, but just as an example, they'll lay a mass of about 600 eggs on the bottom side of this leaf, and as those eggs hatch, those larvae will just start feeding on these leaves, and over the span of 5 to 6 weeks, they can skeletonize a pecan tree.
Sugg tells us that complaints to his county are high this summer, suggesting that it's a big year for the caterpillars. But there are things that people can do to keep these crawlers from eating up the trees.
Sorry, I'm getting 2 or 3 calls a day probably on these walnut caterpillars. They're around every year, but for whatever reason, we've had a bumper crop of them this year, and they've been absolutely horrible. Basically, if a homeowner sees an egg mass on the bottom side of some trees, or on the bottom side of some leaves, I would knock those off, pull that leaf off, throw it in the trash, do something with it before they have a chance to hatch.
Trees being defoliated is a problem from Tyler to Houston. In Texas, the walnut caterpillar can cause economic loss during an outbreak, but that rarely reaches levels that will damage the economy. Justin Hardcastle, KLTV 7 News.